And then we go to the match that I still just don't understand.
Yeah, last week we talked about the why does Orange Cassidy get a TNT title match? Like after the big feud with Chris Jericho meant to elevate him, why do they presumably feed him to Brody Lee right now? But what did you think about the match?
Very one-sided for the most part. Like Brody seemed to really have like everything over there, and I didn't like it because I was worried, like we said last week, we were worried that it's going to take the shine off Orange, and I worried this did. I worried that this just kind of took a bit of a shine off him a little bit, and it's not to say we can't reapply that shine. Like, don't get me wrong, he had like a bit of a crazy comeback, but at the end of the day, Brody just gets pissed off and just absolutely just takes him out. You know, it's like he's done toying with him.
I feel like when OC hits the air raid crash, that was the moment where I kind of like bought in to him winning just for a second, and I was like, "There's no way Orange Cassidy's winning the title here." But hitting the much larger man with such a move, that was awesome.
That was cool. I'll give you that. That was really cool. And I guess you
hold on a second, because I don't know if you know how large Brody Lee is. Did you hear what JR said about him?
No.
I grew up on a farm. I can judge the weight of livestock.
Oh my god! One thing we can say is that we can give it to Orange. He did get a little bit of like interference on his side taken away from him. I mean, like John Silver got involved quite a bit, so I guess it wasn't really a fair one-on-one match. I mean, John Silver takes a hell of an orange punch. But, so I guess you could say that some of the shine was left on Orange because it was an unfair set of odds stacked against him, I guess. But, like, they could have done this with anyone else. They could have done this with anyone else. It didn't have to be Orange because, as we see in the post-match angle, like, Orange didn't factor into it. It could have been anyone. Yeah. But we do have the post-match angle. Yeah, it could have been Matt Cardona, and that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
That would have made 10 times more sense. Jesus.
I mean, it wouldn't, because he's an unranked guy who hasn't really any singles wins, so why would he get a title match? But
I guess it's more of a Brody's kind of like, I'm going to dismantle your family while you're gone.
Yeah, in that kind of way. I mean, he beat Dustin a couple of weeks ago, so
yeah.
Anyway, let's get to the big segment after the match.
Do you want to go for it or should I? I'm excited though.
Well, take us away.
Let me paint you a word picture. We hear the ominous noise, a very, very forlorn intro that I have yet to hear in some time. 5 weeks specifically. I'm sure Freed was pretty excited by it too. And we hear the commentary going ahead and going like, look, it's just music until we see something. And I'm like, thank God they said that. You know how many times like it has their music's played and it means nothing? I like the fact that JR was just like, and then until you see something, it's just music.
And
I like
then JR kills the mood.
Yeah. I kind of liked it though. I kind of liked it. It was kind of written in expectations. So that in my head, the pop would be bigger, I guess, But we then see like a very different version of the intro though. Like the lighting is so different. The graphics are darker, blood red, and Cody comes out just in a beautiful black suit. Lovely sort of like pocket watch there. I think it was a pocket watch or maybe some sort of medallion. Beautiful black suit. He comes down, absolutely rinses John Silver.
Dude, you didn't mention the most important part. He dyed his hair black.
Oh, well, that's true. He dyed his hair black, which I think is probably... We've seen it brown. We've seen it blonde, but this was pitch black. But he comes down. He just levels John Silver. Get off that feckin' ramp, ya ba. Yeah. And then he just absolutely lays in to 5. Brody, rest of the guys, gone without a trace. Yeah. Absolute cowards.
But that was a vicious beatdown. Vicious, I tell you.
Vicious. Like the way he done to his legs and then they arch in that figure forward. Like, goddamn. But I have to ask you, Freed, because it's the title of the stream. Did Cody or is Cody turning heel? Do you think this is a heel turn?
Did you you surely did see that AW registered for a new trademark this week, Blood Brothers? When I read that, I was thinking, yeah, that's Cody and Dustin.
I heard about the registered trademark. I don't know who the other person could be. Who do you think?
Yeah, the Cody and Dustin.
Oh, you think it'd be Cody and Dustin?
Yeah, the Blood Brothers. Just think back to the match at was it Double or Nothing?
Was that when he was like basically a crimson mask, like more blood than anything? Yeah.
And I think they could be teaming up right now to take out the Dark Order.
That's interesting.
That could be what a Blood Brothers is pertaining as, but that's a shot in the dark.
You know what? You say that, but the graphic as well did have a version of the American Nightmare symbol in blood. So it's not to say you're far off the mark. I'd be just interested to see what that looks like. And like, does that mean they entered the tag team division as a tag team?
Could be. Or because you have to keep in mind that the Blade is supposed to sort out his house, meaning QT Marshall and Ellie. So the National Nightmares might split up in the wake of that.
That's fair. That's true. Do you think this is a heel turn, though, for Mr. Cody?
I was getting there. It was my roundabout way of getting there. I actually don't think so. I think the story they're chatting is that when the Dark Order took out Cody Rhodes, he thought to himself, I have to become more vicious. I have to become a darker version of myself to compete with this behemoth of a man who took me out without me ever getting a shot in.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Like, some people called it a heel turn, and I've been like, you don't put a heel on a heel. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, heel versus heel matches don't work. And Brody is heel. He is not a babyface now. Nothing he has done is sunshine, rainbows, lollipops, and fecking kittens. He is still a bad man.
If Cody attacks Mike Ponzi next week, he is either a heel or a Matt Hardy. So.
That's true. It's a whole new definition of characters. So you're turning face this week, turning heel. No, I'm turning Hardy. I like that. Oh my. But yeah, I feel like that is as well. I feel like we're just going to see a more callous, more aggressive, more sinister version of Cody. I would say it's more tweener than heel. I feel like he will be the babyface that just does the things you don't expect the babyface to do to take down the opponent. But it's still very much him going after heels. I feel like that's where we're at with it. And
absolutely,
I'm hoping that he continues these amazing suits, because when I saw a new suit, I was like, damn, he looked good. Damn, he looked really good in that suit, you know?
Yeah, he did. To be fair, he did.
I was like, the baby blue suits need to go back in the wardrobe for another 2 years. We're going to rock the black suits.
So after the match, Brody takes the mic from Dasha backstage. He mentions the audacity of Cody Rhodes. Brody has been putting in the work while Cody was nowhere to be seen. He left Dynamite for 5 weeks while Brody was keeping the show together, basically. And did you catch the James Storms reference, possibly?
I didn't even know.
He says, you can run on for a long time, but sooner or later, I will cut you down. It's the theme song of James Storm.
I did not know that.
You can run on for a long time. You can run on, but you can't. I can't sing. I don't know if that means anything, but NWA, AW working together. James Storm is currently in NWA, or rather, he isn't. He doesn't have a contract anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say he is now technically a free agent.
Yeah, but I don't know if that means anything. It's just a cool saying anyway. But
I'll be interested to see how that works.
Yeah, and then Brody Lee brings out the dog collar, and he challenges Cody to a dog collar match, because then Cody doesn't have a place to run anymore.
You know what? leave it to Cody to bring back the real old school WCW style match stipulations.
Dude, the best version of this match I have ever seen, I believe, was the what was it called? Texas Bull Rope match. Eddie Guerrero and JBL.
Yes. Yes. God,
that was a good version of that match.
That was a great version of that match. That was an amazing version of that match. It is very just an old school wrestling style match though. I'm all for it. I love these types of matches. Just don't bring in a shark pen, and we're all good. You know, if the shark pen comes out, I'm turning off.
you just know in the dog collar match, someone will get hanged over the top rope with the collar.
Someone's going to get pulled into the pillar as well. Like there's going to be some expected spots.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call it right now. If there's a pull into the pillar, it will be a blade job. There's going to be a lot of blood with that, I think. Let's be honest. So I'm calling that now. But great segment though.